Well, I'm trying to put the blower housing back on and I'm having a problem. It won't fit around the new starter. Specifically, down here, it's hitting this flange on the starter. So I think I'm going to have to cut a little notch out of that sheet metal so I can get it around the starter. What a pain in the butt, huh? So I'm trying to push it in, and it's got, you know, a ½ inch to go over here, and it's because that's bottomed out down here. So I'm just going to take a little Sharpie and draw a line out, maybe 3/4 of an inch or something, and cut it with my cutoff wheel and see if we can get it over that thing. So, alright, so we're going to notch out that little area and see if that works. Well, let's try that out. Well, I finally got it running, and now the freaking fuel pump's leaking, so awesome, huh? I think I'm going to make a block off plate and put a Briggs pump on. And then I kept having problems with spark again, and this damn crimp-on connector is a problem. It just pulled right out. So I think that I'm going to solder those in like I should have in the first place. So we'll take that thing off and we'll solder that wire into it so that that can't keep happening. Well, I'm going to make a block off plate for the fuel pump. I just took the gasket from the Onan, laid it on this piece of steel, and I drilled 2 holes in it with my drill press using this gasket as the template. Now I'll just cut out around there with a cutoff wheel. It doesn't have to be exact, but just to make it look nice. And then we'll grind it off a hair so it's a little bit smooth. And then we'll drill a hole in the center here and thread it and put a pipe thread in there and put a fuel line nipple on there. Alright, so I cut out this little block off plate. I threaded it with an 1/8 inch 28 pipe thread, which is what's on my little nipple here. And we'll mount it up. It's not the prettiest thing, but it fits the bolt pattern and it should work. I'm going to hit it with a little black spray paint before I put it on so it doesn't rust. That's it. Alright, we got the pump mounted here. It's not a permanent mounting, but it will work. I got to make some kind of bracket to bolt it to so it's just not flapping in the breeze there, which I'll do at a later point. I just want to get this thing running now and then we'll deal with that later. So it should work out fine. Alright, we got everything back together now and we're going to see if we can start it. Let's see what happens. We got a fuel leak. Where is it leaking? It's leaking out of the pump here. I gotta put a clamp on that line there. But let's see if we can get it started first. Maybe I gotta take this cable out of the choke. Well, I can't figure out why I got no spark, so I tested the ballast resistor I had on there and it had like 6 ohms. It had like 6 ohms and it's not supposed to have that much. It's supposed to have maybe 1.2 to 1.8, something like that. So I went out and got this new one here, Advanced Auto Parts CarQuest RU4. It's supposed to be like 1.4. I measure it with my meter here and I'm getting 1.9, but it's better than the 6 that I was getting on the old one. So I'm going to put this thing in and see if it makes any difference. Alright, let's see what happens. It's getting dark out, but I want to see if it's working or not. Let's see. I stalled it. Yeah, it's running good now. Yeah, that was the problem. Bad ballast resistor the whole time. Go figure. All that head scratching for one dumb little part.